Hello, beautiful people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. So, today's weekly live Q&A is going to be a little bit faster than most times. Usually I average between like 33 minutes and 50 something minutes. But if I did 30 minutes today, I would be surprised. It's a-okay. I am here because I said I'm going to be here. I am a person of my word. And when I say I'm going to show up, I'm going to show up. Welcome, Denise. Welcome, Kanash. Leonie, welcome. Lynn, welcome. Thank you for joining my live. I'm so glad that you guys found the time. Busy Bee, what's up, girl? Welcome. Key Desires, welcome, everyone. If there's anybody who's new to my page, my name is Alison. Welcome. Please introduce yourself. Let us know what your name is and where you're from. Welcome, T Lady 01. Thank you for joining. I don't know if I already said this. Welcome, I probably didn't. Eris, did I say that right? Don't kill me if I didn't. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. My name is Alison from Align with Alison. I'm a dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with singles to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. Every week, every Wednesday, I go live and I do a live Q&A with my community, you guys here on Instagram. And then I end up uploading it on Instagram, on IGTV, and then uploading it to my YouTube channel, which is also at Align with Alison. Just to give you guys a little bit of a background, because you might be wondering why the heck would anybody want to ask you any questions. Who the heck are you, and what makes you qualified, right? So I have a bachelor's degree in education. I have a master's degree in counseling. I have a master's degree extension in mental health counseling, and I am an internationally certified relationship coach. Yes, Leon is from South Africa. Welcome. Thank you. What time is it in South Africa? Denise is from New Jersey, right on the other side. Welcome, Senegal. Welcome, Virgo. Or welcome, A5 million. And Dripped in Royalty, welcome. Thank you. Dripped in Royalty, this is not your first time, so thank you for coming back. If there's anyone that you think could benefit from listening to this live stream, from any of the tips and tricks and guidance and support that I offer, please go ahead and share this live stream with them. Even if they can't watch it right now, they'll see what you sent them and then they can check me out later. All you have to do is click that little paper arrow that's at the bottom right hand corner of your screen and share it with anyone who you think could benefit. Welcome, Lex. Welcome, Miss Stephanie Blair. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump right in. For those who may be new, how it works is that every Tuesday I put in my stories an opportunity for folks to submit questions in regards to dating and relationships anonymously. I read those questions and I give feedback, but I do ask that you guys in the comments also give feedback so that we can learn from each other and see the different perspectives. And then whoever asked that question, either they're on the live stream, I would not reveal that information unless they chose to do so, or if they were to watch later, they can see not only what the certified coach says, but what other people's thoughts are in regards to that. If there is time in the live stream, which I may have a few minutes in the live stream today, I will also take questions live through using the question queue. So if you can look at the bottom right-hand corner, there's a bubble with a question mark. If you have a question, I will try to address it, but I always make it my business to make time every Wednesday to answer the questions that are asked of me in advance. I have 3 questions that were asked in advance. So I noticed something. If I put too many stories on Tuesday alongside my Q&A story for you to put in the question, then I don't get a lot of questions. So I have to pay attention to not bombard you guys with a whole bunch of other stories on that day so that the actual page can be found. Okay, so question 1. And again, I'm going to read the question. It's anonymous. I'm going to give my response. And then I'd like to read the responses that you guys offer as well. So please speak back to me. I don't want to be alone in this. Okay, so the first question I received is, online dating. How wide do you cast your net? All of Texas, the South, online dating. How wide do you cast your net? All of Texas, the South. So what I would say is, first of all, yes, I am glad that you're using the language. This is a woman. I'm glad that you're using the language of casting a wide net. Like, casting a wide net is imperative. We need to throw the net out and we need to see what comes back and then respond accordingly. And the reason why I think that's imperative is because we need to experience as much as we can, meeting as many people as we can, so that when we do make our final choices, we know that we made the choice based on information and not based on desperation. So yes, we do have to cast a wide net. Now, how wide your net is will depend on how much travel you're willing to do, whether or not you're willing to move for the love of your life. Like, that is, or who could potentially be the love of your life, because you may not figure that out initially, right? And you probably shouldn't figure that out too soon. So I can't answer that question. I can't tell you how comfortable you are with driving 30 minutes, an hour, 4 hours in order to date someone. That's your choice. For me, as someone who's from Brooklyn, New York, I wouldn't drive past an hour. Anything more than an hour is too much of an investment for me. Now, an hour for me in Brooklyn would be significantly into Long Island, which is to the east. The Bronx, perhaps Westchester, which is the next, not region, next area above New York City, right? So that's for me. I would do an hour, no more than an hour. But for somebody else, they may do an hour and a half. They may be 2 hours. Maybe they love to drive. Maybe their job has them on the road. So again, the question was, online dating, how wide do you cast your net? All of Texas or the South? So if I remember my geography classes, I think Texas is the largest state. I don't know about the entire state of Texas, nor do I know about the South in its entirety. But it really depends on your circumstances. Now, if you are someone who works remotely, you're in a position to travel a lot, you enjoy driving, you're a truck driver, I don't know what your circumstances are. But only you can decide how far you're willing to go, like physically, right? Like driving, how far you're willing to go in order to date somebody. Me, Alison, I ain't going past an hour. Anything more than an hour is too much. So A5 million says 5 boroughs. If you're in Jersey, it's a wrap. 1 million Barry says, how's the dating scene in Texas? I don't know. That's a good question. You got to tell me, or there's somebody that's in Texas, let me know what the dating scene is like in Texas. But really, unfortunately, I can't answer that question. It really depends on how far you're willing to drive, how much gas you're willing to burn. I don't know if there's tolls throughout Texas, but how much in tolls are you willing to pay? You have to make that decision. But be practical, because if this is someone that you're going to be seeing, that means that you intend to see them multiple times a week once you guys get to that point. And are you willing to invest 3 hours one way and 3 hours back the other way? And next thing, you like him and now you're stuck. Or you like her and now you're stuck. So be mindful and make a decision as to how far you'll go. Calculate that into miles and put it in your dating apps. So for those who are using dating apps, please make sure that you put the distance that you're willing to go and then read what it says on the profile. Because sometimes, like for instance, I had a client who she was creating her dating profile while she was visiting someone in Nashville. And so they automatically tagged her location in Nashville. She was only going to be there for a week. She was coming right back to Manhattan, is where she lives, right? And so she was getting all these alerts like, oh, he's cute and he's cute and he's cute. And then she read and she's like, oh, snap, these guys are in Nashville, because the app automatically picked up her location. So if you're using a dating app, it's imperative that you're paying attention to how many miles that you're putting in the app that you're willing to go. That's number one. And then number two, pay attention to who you're being matched to and their location. Because sometimes I've also found with certain apps that they'll reset the distance, or they'll try to pressure you or convince you to, again, cast that wide net. They're going to ask you to put more miles so that you can find more people. So you have to decide how far are you willing to go, what distance you're willing to go, and then put it in the app and check again and read. Please read. I had another client who was quite annoyed because she was talking to a guy for a while and then checked back and realized that he wasn't interested in children. Well, sis, it was on his dating profile. And we already discussed in our sessions that having children was a must for you. It was a desire that you wanted to fulfill as long as biology allowed for it. So I need you guys to read. Human beings don't read. It's not a man or woman thing. People don't read. People don't read statuses. People don't read captions. People don't read instructions. People don't read emails. I get the same questions all the time because people don't read. So read these profiles. Now I'm going to tell you something that men do versus what women do, what I find in my practice, right? What I find is that men will go on dating apps, look through the photos. If they like the woman, they will send the woman a message. If the woman responds, again, casting out a wide net, I love it. If the woman responds, he will then go back and reread her profile. Now, that is an intelligent way of doing things because you're saving yourself time versus vetting the person out, right? So they're attractive, they're in my location, send the message, if they respond, then I'll read. What's problematic about that, though, not for the men, but what's problematic is that what happens is a lot of guys look through the photos, thinks that the woman is attractive, sends the message. If and when she responds, then he says, okay, she responded, so now let me investigate. They read, they see that the woman does not want what they want, and then they ghost them. But that's not nice because you reached out to me first. So how dare you reach out to me first and then not even have the decency of responding? So I understand the strategy is time saving for gentlemen, but it's not a very kind strategy. And then the energy that you put out is what you get back. Right? So we have to be mindful of that. Yes. CJ Queen says, agree. We don't read. We don't read. Virgo Kisses says, that's a great idea. I look for the location first. Look at the location because it doesn't matter how amazing he is. If you're in LA and he's in Jersey, then that's not going to work, right? Unless for some reason he's moving out to LA by default, not because of you, because you don't want anyone to drop what they're doing when they don't even know you yet to move, and then now life sucks and then they blame you and then you feel accountable. You got to take care of them. It's a whole thing. Okay, 1 Million Berry says, I live in France. But I don't want to date French men anymore. The mentality is different. I had better experiences with American men. Okay, so you have some options. So in France, where you live, you can continue to go to locations where American men are, I guess like expats, because I doubt you want to just date people who are visiting for a week or two. Or you could try your hand at moving to the good old US of A if the borders are open because of COVID. I know there's like a lot of issues with traveling out of Europe. Okay. So should we respond by saying something? What do you mean key desires? Give me more details. Give me more context. Okay. Virgo Kisses says, I definitely read everything before moving towards anything. Marcus says, seems a bit backwards. Well, it is backwards, right? Because in theory, you would think how women think. I'll read the whole profile, look at the photos, see if I'm attracted, send a message. But men are thinking numerically, right? So send. And then whatever sticks, whatever comes back, then I'll go back versus investing time in reading. And then, so it's a different method. It's just not a method that I like, not because it's not an intelligent method. That's because when you go back and read and you realize this person is an inappropriate match and then now you don't respond to them, you are now messing with their confidence. Like they think that they did something wrong and they didn't. What it was is that you took the slick approach, which was to send messages to everyone and see what comes back to you. Okay? Welcome, Brittany. Welcome, Charla. Welcome. Thank you for joining. If you're new to my page, my name is Alison. I'm a dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with women to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. I am a certified coach, also have a master's degree in counseling and a master's degree extension in mental health counseling. It is imperative that I share this information with you. It's not because I'm boastful or I think that those who have formal education are better than anyone else. But in this day and age, there are a lot of people who are dishonest or who are not forthcoming. And I don't want anyone on this page to think that they are talking to someone who's talking out of their behind. Okay. Yes. Welcome, Campbell. Thank you for joining. All right. We're moving on to the next question. This one's a good one. Next question says, how do you know if you're still in love with an ex or if it's a soul tie? How do you know if you're still in love with an ex or if it's a soul tie? Okay. So there are lots of people who have soul ties, or you guys may have heard of trauma bonds, when people bond together based on a common trauma that they've both been through, right? And the way that you know the difference between being in love and anything else, being in love versus being in lust, being in love versus a trauma bond, being in love versus a soul tie, is that love is an action. And I'm sure that you've heard this before. This is nothing new to you, right? Love is an action. So it's not about exclusively the way that you feel about a person, but it's the specific things that you do and they do in order to show that love. I can tell you guys that I love you all the time, and many times I do. People use the words love, right? I don't know you personally, so can I truly love you? No. I appreciate the fact that 23 of y'all are here with me right now at 10:47 in the morning on a Wednesday. I appreciate the fact that some of you are going to DM me later on and ask me questions and we're going to engage in conversation. I definitely appreciate those who actually become a client and support me in my business so I can support you in your relationship goals. But do I actually love you? No, because one, I don't know you well enough. And two, I have not shown you love. Now, I have shown you care in the sense that I come on to talk about these issues and answer questions for you. That's an action. I took time out of my day. I took out my curlers. I really use pin curls, but whatever. I put on some Blistex. I did like this with my eyebrows and I turned on my phone. So I've shown some level of care. But have I shown you love? When you needed to get picked up in the rain, did you call me? When your car broke down and you needed $500 because the insurance wasn't going to cover it, did I come through for you? When your boss was abusive to you and you were this close to quitting, did I pull you back and say, sis, don't do it? And I sit on the phone with you for 4 hours, helped you to do your resume, helped you apply for another job so that you could transition from that toxic relationship, right, at your job? No. So I have not shown you love. Therefore, we have no proof whatsoever that I love you. This is not about the way that someone makes you feel based on emotion only. It's what they have shown you. That's how you know that someone loves you and that you love someone else. Now, it could very well much be that you are in love with your ex. You have shown them love. However they might perceive it, however that you give love, you've shown it. Right? However, if they are not willing to receive it, it does not matter how much you love them. It does not matter how much you've given them emotionally, financially, support, anything of the sort. It doesn't, what did The Rock used to say? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If that person is unable or unwilling to receive the love that you are attempting to give them, or refuse to acknowledge the fact that you have shown them love through action, it's all about action, right? Through action, then it doesn't matter how you feel about them. It doesn't matter what sacrifices you've put in place for them. If they are unwilling to receive that love, then the relationship is over. You need to move on. Link in bio, Move On 6, free ebook, download it. You are wasting your time engaging in a relationship, a one-sided relationship with someone who is unable or unwilling to appreciate what you're doing for them, and or they are unable or unwilling to reciprocate what you are looking for. You are wasting your time. And I say this all the time, and the gentlemen particularly don't like this, but it is a biological truth that is undeniable. Women, our time is more valuable biologically than a man's time. If you desire to have children, let me add that to the top. If you desire to have children, our time as women is more valuable than men's time. It is, because we have limitations that they do not have. I went to the doctor on Friday. I am 34 years old. My husband and I are planning to get pregnant in the next couple of months, which will be after my 35th birthday. You know the word that the doctor said to me? The women know the word that the doctor said to me. The men in here don't know the word that the doctor said to me. The men who are going to listen to this live stream afterwards, here on Instagram through IGTV or on my YouTube channel, don't know the word that they said to me. Women, you know what they said to me. Starts with a G. Geriatric pregnancy. What is geriatrics? Geriatrics, I want to say, is the study of the elderly people in medicine. I don't know that, like the actual, like, geriatrics. Okay? So geriatric pregnancy. I'm 34 and I don't look a day over 27, right? This is our biological limitation. with a geriatric pregnancy, high risk. And I want to have more than one, right? So unfortunately, our time is more of the essence than gentlemen's time. We are not in a position to waste time with people. Well, thank you, Denise. Not a day over 27, I'm telling you. We are not in a position to waste time with people who don't want what we want. And I always say either unwilling or unable. I'm not being presumptuous. I'm not assuming that this gentleman that this particular person is talking about doesn't want to be the person you want him to be. I'm not assuming that he doesn't want to commit to you. I'm not assuming that he doesn't want to love you. Maybe he's unable to do so. Maybe he literally does not have the skills, the tools, the ability, the strength, the experience, the knowledge, the know-how to do it. Maybe he needs to go to some therapy before he can be that person. Maybe he doesn't want to be. I don't know. But what I'm telling you, whoever's listening to this, if you are with someone who cannot deliver what you're looking for, you are wasting your time. And as a woman, you are triple wasting your time. Triple. Do not waste your time. Again, everyone's life is valuable. Everyone's time is valuable. I'm talking about biologically. If you want to have children, and if you don't, and you're done, and the shop is closed, or the shop never been open, then cool. No problem. Then date and have all the fun you want. But if you have a desire as a woman to have children, and you are, and I'm going to be honest, and y'all not going to like this, 29, 32, 34, 37, 39, 41, 43, 44, 46, and it's not looking good for you, you need to click the link in my bio, first button, and register for my masterclass that's going to be on Sunday, May 2nd, so we can get you right. Because time is of the essence. And if you have not been strategically dating all this time and finding gentlemen who are looking for what you're looking for, and you need some help every day that you waste if you want children. I'm only talking to those who want children, so stop wasting. Don't comment on that. I don't want to, kids ain't everything. I know that. I'm talking to people who want children. I ain't talking to you, okay? So if you want children, 29, 31, 33, 34, about to be 35, 37, 41, 44, we need to get on the phone. Either a coaching program together, or my course, or somebody else. It ain't even gotta be me. It ain't even gotta be me, but it gotta be somebody, because I'm gonna be truthful with you. If you don't have a plan in place, we all understand that time is of the essence, and you don't have a plan in place, and you don't have a plan in place. If you can't see, I'm looking at my watch, it doesn't exist. You're wasting your time. And then it's going to be, oh, it was such and such. It's his fault. It's Tommy's fault because I was with Tommy for 4 years and he said he wanted to get married and he didn't really mean it and he cheated on me. No, sis, it's your fault. It's your fault. Now, are we going to harp on how much of the fault it is of yours right now? No. We're going to acknowledge it because it was a choice that we made. We were not a slave. We were not locked up in anybody. Well, like in this moment, we were not a slave, right? In the context of this conversation, you weren't locked up in anybody's basement. You made a choice. It was a poor choice. Now, what are you going to do to change your prospects moving forward? What are you going to do? Are you going to now curse dating and say, oh, dating apps don't work? I've been on 3 dates with 3 different guys on dating apps, 3 different girls on dating apps. They don't work. That's what you're going to say, right? Oh, marriage doesn't matter. It's just a piece of paper. It doesn't mean anything. Oh, okay. You say that. You say that because you're saving face. And I went on a whole spiel in my stories about it yesterday. You're saying that now because you're saving face. Now, are there some people who legitimately don't want to be married? Of course. Are there some people who legitimately just don't want children? Of course. But the majority of us do. So let's not BS each other and pretend as though that's not your desire. And now I'm just going to invest in me. Oh, I'm going to get me another puppy. Oh, I'm going to go back to school and get my doctorate. Oh, Stop filling your life with things that you know are not your ultimate goal, and instead focus on your ultimate goal in order to get to where you want to. I said, stop filling yourself with things to take up the void of your ultimate goal, and instead invest that effort and energy and sometimes money into getting to where you actually want. YouTube can only get you so far. Instagram can only get you so far. Facebook, Clubhouse, hours on Clubhouse, tons of gems can only get you so far. If you have a goal and a desire, you have to put in the work, and sometimes it's going to cost you. Like I said, you ain't got to invest in me. There are plenty of dating and relationship coaches who are amazing people that I know personally, and I'm sure that exist on earth because that's just, it has to be. Like, there's no way, right? They have to exist. It doesn't have to be me. But as long as you continue to shorten yourself and not invest in you so that you're getting what you want in your life, you are going to be unfulfilled, and you're going to blame everybody else, and you're going to continue to not hold yourself accountable, and then you're going to die unhappy with your 3 doctorates and your, I'm not even saying like a cat person, like it's not even that serious, and your beautiful little puppy and your portfolio of stock, and you have all the real estate in the world, and you have nobody to pass it on to. And then it's everybody else's fault. I'm telling you, seek help. Whatever it may be, for whatever goals and desires you have. Obviously, you guys on this live stream with me, so obviously I'm talking about relationships and family and marriage and children and things of the sort. But whatever your goals may be, stop bitching. Get to it. Whatever it is. If it's the pounds you want to lose, stop making excuses. If it's your credit you want to increase, stop making excuses. If it's your edges you want to grow back, or gentlemen, the hairline you want to, I don't know, not retain because you want to get it back. I don't care. Figure it out. We all on this live stream have the capability. We have our brains that God has gifted us with and our bodies that physically work to get whatever we want in this life. Whatever it is that you want in this life, you can achieve. I'm telling you this. And I don't even know you. I don't even know you. And I'm telling you, you have the capability. The question is, do you have the drive to do it? Do you really want what you say that you want? Quick story, then I'm going to take one more question and I got to go. I tell this story on a manifestation series that I did back when I was in Jamaica like 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? When I was a kid, I don't know, maybe I was like 6. So that means my middle sister, Sophia, was like 9, right? We were laying in bed watching TV. I said to Sophia, hey, I'm really hungry. I'm starving. Can you make me a sandwich or get me a bowl of cereal or something, right? And Sophia, in her infinite childhood wisdom, said to me, are your legs broken? Of course, I responded, no. She said, well, if you were really hungry, then you would get your ass up and you would go to the kitchen and you would get it yourself, right? Infinite wisdom. Because this is the mantra that I go by in my life that I'm trying to impart to you. Whatever it is that you want, I know you have the capability to get it. But are you going to ask other people to do it for you, expect other people to do it for you, expect that the universe is going to drop it in your lap? Or are you going to get up and get to it and get it done yourself? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Whatever it is that you want in this life is not going to be hand delivered to you. It's not. There's some people who are fortunate and they can ask their father for a small loan of $1 million, but I'm confident that most of us here on this live stream cannot. And so if you want to open up that business and you want to expand, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to get that second job so that you can invest in the inventory and you can get your website built and you can get the ads up so that you can sell more product? Are you going to get that second job so that you can invest in a business coach who's going to give you the outline that's necessary in order for your business to be successful? Are you going to hire the trainer? Are you going to get the trainer who's going to give you the meal plan and tell you exactly what to prepare? And then actually prepare those meals and then do the workouts with them and then offline as well? And then maybe tell your significant other to, guess what, bro? Guess what, sis? We on a diet too. We can't have this. We can't have that. And we all got to suffer in this house together. When my mother was on a diet, we all suffered together. We all was on 1% milk. We were all on wheat bread. And that's life. Oh, well, sucks to be us. Right? What are you going to do? Are you going to get to it? Or are you going to sit here and watch YouTube and be on Clubhouse and listen to me all day, even though I appreciate y'all, telling you to get to it, giving you some advice here and there. But at the end of the day, everything in life ain't free. Invest in you. Invest in you. The difference between you and a successful person, whatever success might look like, is that they got to it. You better get to it and stop playing. All right? There are a lot of folks who joined us. Welcome. My name is Alison. I'm a dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with singles to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. Every Tuesday, I take questions in my stories for me to read and to give a response to 100% anonymously. And then I also ask for forgiveness. Why would that even come to my head? Ask for those in the comments to respond as well, so I could read the comments. And so this can be a whole holistic response to the question at hand. If there is time, I also take questions in the queue. There are 2 questions in the queue. I'm going to take both of them, and then I got to get to it. I got work to do. I got to get to it. All right. So the first question. See, Instagram, I don't know why Instagram is doing this. So, all right, I'm going to ask those who ask me a question. So for some reason, I used to be able to click on the queue, preview the question first, and then read it. But unfortunately, this week and last week, Instagram seems to have done an update where I can't preview the question first. I would have to click on it, which means it's going to show on the screen. So I don't want to do that because I just said that this is anonymous. So for those who submitted a question, if you can go ahead and then just give me the word yes in the comments, giving me permission, then I'll be sharing your question. But that means that everyone on the live stream is going to see it. Now, when I do upload it later on, no one's going to see the comments, but everyone who's here on the live stream will see it. So please let me know if you dropped a question in the queue and you want me to answer it. The only way I can answer it is by sharing it on the screen. I don't get the preview anymore. So if it's okay with you, go ahead and click yes, type the word yes in the comments, and I'll go ahead and share your question. And then that way I will be able to read it. All right, I got my first yes. All right, so the question is, how do we open ourselves to trust again? How do we open ourselves to trust again? All right, that's an excellent question. So what I will say is that I offer a 3-step approach, right? I call it the SSS approach. So the first thing that you need to do before you're worrying about opening yourself up to love again, and this is what I do with my clients when I work with them in the group, as well as in the masterclass that I'm hosting on Sunday, May 2nd. The price has gone up. It is now $57. It's still at 50% off at $57 until Friday. So go ahead and click the link in my bio, first button, and register for the class. I only have 14 slots left. I'm only taking 40 people because I'm going to be on that course in that masterclass, not only doing my content, but answering every single person's question. If we're on there for 5 hours, we're on there for 5 hours. I'm only taking 40 people. I have 14 slots left. So go ahead and click the link in my bio, first button, to register for my masterclass where I talk about this specifically, how to find your partner. I called it how to snatch a spouse. It doesn't have to be a spouse if you're not interested in marriage per se, but snatch and spouse sounded good together, so work with me, okay? Click the link in my bio, first button, $57. It is going up again because it was $47 next after Friday. So question, how do we open up ourselves to trust again? So there's a 3-step approach that I take when I work with clients to help them get to this point. That is the last step. So the first step is self-reflection. I need you to be reflective on where you went wrong in this relationship. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's an angel. Society loves to blame men. Many times they are definitely a contributing factor and usually like the straw that broke the camel's back. But you played a role. You waited out too long. You dated somebody that you had no business dating in the first place. You weren't emotionally prepared before getting involved in this relationship. Many times for women, they got pregnant. They decided to try to work it out. Whatever. Right? So we need to self-reflect on where we went wrong in our former relationship first so that we have an idea of what not to do again. Because if we do not admit what we did wrong in the first place, then how are we ever going to be in a position to break that cycle? Then all you're going to do is date the next guy and do the same foolishness. So that's step 1 is self-reflection. I'm giving you the quick answer because I go into this in my coaching program for weeks. And I go into this in my masterclass I'm going to present for about an hour and a half and then questions for however long it takes for everyone's question to be answered in the masterclass, right? So that's step 1, self-reflection. Step 2 is going to be stepping up. So that now that you know what you did wrong in the past, I need you to work on you to become a better version of you. That can be internally and externally. I'm not going to lie, especially if we're talking about heterosexual relationships. Men are concerned about our appearance. We know this. And I don't blame them. If that's their interest, that's their interest. So we need to do some internal work. We need to talk about how problematic you can be. Are you argumentative? Do you shut off? Are you passive aggressive? Are you abusive in any form of fashion? What do you do that causes conflict in your relationship? And let's correct that. That's the internal. And sometimes there is some external work. I had a client who said she's going to start wearing lashes so she can elevate her look. I had a client who had like no eyebrows. So she said that she was going to consider doing like the thingamabob. You know what I'm talking about. Like there needs to be some work. I have a couple of clients who's actively working on their weight. They want to be more physically fit for themselves, for their family, and to be more physically attractive so that they can pull the more attractive guy that they want. Like attracts like. You looking for abs and you eating Burger King. Like we need to be practical, right? So self-reflection. Number 1, stepping up to become a better version of you. Number 2, now once you've built this confidence, you have a vision of exactly who you are becoming, and you know exactly what you're looking for in a mate. You have this clear vision. Now you're in a position where you've built this confidence. You know what you're looking for, so you're going to be more inclined to open up moving forward. Does that make sense? You're going to have trust issues if you know that you haven't resolved the issues within you. You're going to have trust issues if you know you don't have a clear vision as the type of man that you're looking for, and you don't know what kind of questions to ask, and you don't know how to vet people. But if you go through my coaching program, I give full guidance on this. Now, I will say to anybody who's listening, you should vet everything. You vet who does your hair. You vet who fixes your house. You vet who to hire. You should vet me. Go onto my YouTube. Go onto my testimonials that are across my page on Instagram. Read what other people have said about me. Listen to a video about what other people have said about me. Vet me. But I can answer all these questions in a coaching program. If you are looking for an investment that's less than $57 until Friday at 11:59 p.m., join my masterclass, How to Snatch a Spouse. Okay? Next question. Okay, I already answered that one. So go back and you can listen again for me answering that question. If you are not over an ex, should you start dating? The healthy question to that is no. The healthy question is get over the ex. I don't know if you've gotten a chance yet, but click the link in my bio, scroll down to free resources. I have plenty of them. Download my ebook. Go onto YouTube. Try as much as you can on your own. Time is of the essence. We're not waiting forever. If it's been 3 months, you're still not over this dude, then perhaps this is not love. And perhaps this is a soul tie or a trauma bond that may need some additional therapy. So the healthy answer is no. You should not start dating. The practical answer is, I'm sure that you guys have heard people say many a time, the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody. That's not the healthy way. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay? Next question. Okay, I already answered that one. Did I leave any out? I think. Okay. I had one more. Okay. So the last question that I received was in regards to how can I help you? Like, all right, Alison, I see all your live streams. I see you, sis. You know, you're doing your thing. How do I help people? All right. So obviously, if you've been listening to this, you know my approach. I'm extremely straightforward. I'm about getting results. The way that I'm able to help clients is basically the SSS approach that I just described. The first thing that I need to do, is to figure out whether or not I can help you. So my process is that I get on the phone with a potential client who is looking for my services. We do not want people who are looking to do research to see if they like my approach. The way that you can tell if you like my approach is listening to the live streams, listening to YouTube. I have a free training called The Partner You Deserve. It's absolutely free. It's not live, obviously. Doesn't come with a workbook like the masterclass, but you can hear my approach. Now, once you've decided that you appreciate the approach and you are willing to financially invest in yourself in order to get to a goal, this is not you paying for a husband, right? This is for you investing in your goal, just like any other goal that you would invest in. If you've made the decision that you're prepared, then you would book a call with me. We get on the phone. I ask you a series of questions of where you are now and where you want to be. Where are you now? Where you want to be? Based on those responses, I would recommend that yes, we work together and this is how, or no, we should not work together. And instead, I would recommend that you see a therapist. There's nothing wrong with that. That just means that there's more pre-work that needs to be done before you get to the coach. The purpose of a coach is to get you from where you are to where you want to be. But where you are may not be that coach's area of expertise. So let's take Pat Riley, right? Pat Riley is I don't know if he's Hall of Fame, but she's famous basketball player, famous NBA basketball player. His goal is to get the team that he is given from the back office, from there, hopefully to the playoffs. That's his goal, I assume, every year, right? Now, can Pat Riley do it? Yes, because he's done it before. So if you give him a team that has the skills necessary to even make it into the NBA in the first place, and they have all the other spices that make a team, he can probably get them from the first game to playoffs. Now, can he get a college level team from college level playing to NBA playoffs? Probably not. They're going to need support before they get to the NBA. And that's what I'm saying. Not that I'm saying I'm an NBA coach. My point is that when I get on the phone with clients, it's not automatically, jump into my program because I need people to jump into my program. It's, are you prepared to do the work based on my assessment? And I have told plenty of people that I am not a good fit for them. And instead, they need to seek therapy first to get over some of the traumatic issues they've been through, if it's severe, right? And then you get on with a coach. Because a therapist is going to dig up and help you sort through emotions that in an 8-week coaching program, no coach can get you through, or 10 weeks or even 12 weeks. It's just not practical. Sometimes we need months to sort through those emotions. We get on the phone, I see if you're a good fit, and then we jump into the program. That's how you work with me. Another way, if you're not prepared to do a significant financial investment, is to invest in a free training. The link is in my bio. A free ebook, the link is in my bio. A paid ebook, the link is in my bio. The live masterclass that's at 50% off right now for $57 up until Friday. That's the first link in my bio. Okay, so that's how we can work together. Jameson says the simple answer is, how do you feel if the people you were trying to date were not over their exes? Right, so the right answer is no. Don't do it. You should not date someone if you are not prepared to emotionally invest in them. That is the correct answer. That's the right answer. That's what people should do. What they do in practicality might be a different story. All right, beautiful people, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I appreciate you. I'm going to say I love you, even though I went on a whole spiel about what love really means. I love you, and I do appreciate the fact that you spent this time with me. If there's anyone who you think can benefit from this live stream, or anyone who you think can benefit from anything that I post or the course or anything else, please go ahead. Do not be stingy. Do not save me for you. There is enough of me for all of y'all. Go ahead and share this page with them. I would greatly appreciate it. I've spent time with you to drop knowledge on you, so pay me back. Share the page, help the algorithms, and help me out. I love you all. Until I see you, I should be going live again by the weekend. But definitely, if I don't see you live here, I will see you live next Wednesday. And then sign up for the course. Mother's Day weekend is coming around. Purchase the course for a loved one. And I will see you all later. Adios, amigos.